You could argue that as a BBC man, he shouldn't be allowed to do that. I think there is, I mean, I take your point about what you've just said about him, but, you know, that there are certain things that are a matter of public debate that perhaps if you work for the BBC, you shouldn't engage in. I think there does become a point where what's happening in Gaza, you look at that and you go, no matter how we got to this point, what is happening there is horrific.
Yeah.
Is that a matter for debate? Because
isn't the matter of debate who's to blame? The matter it's not up for debate like what's happened. Terrible, awful. And I know so many Jewish people. They sit and they go, "Oh God, what's happened now? This is terrible." Partly probably because they feel sorry for the Palestinian people dying. Partly because they're thinking, "God, we're going to get shit for this." I know they shouldn't. That might be a selfish instinct.
No, but it's a reasonable instinct.
That's a human instinct. They don't want that happening. The Jews, the very few Jews in this country, are sitting there going, "Shit, please just stop." At the same time, they're going, "Well, Hamas can surrender. They can just surrender, and they can." So why isn't there this huge global push? Hamas, surrender, give up. Their founding charter, they were voted in. Their founding charter was kill Jews. It wasn't Zionists. It wasn't Israelis. That was in the founding charter. So we're going, why isn't Lineker raising awareness about this? Why isn't he saying, give the hostages back? Can you imagine a family member of yours been there for a year and a half?
Yeah.
So I get all those points, but people would say to Gary, some of your stuff is 1930s Germany, and I guess that's in the eye of it's not a subjective thing, isn't it?
Yes. Nazism is in the eye of the beholder.
I think it is, though. I know that. I know that's fine. But I imagine Hitler thought he was doing good. I think so. You think he was sitting there going, "Wah ha ha ha"?
Yeah. Well, there's a bit. I mean, I don't know.
Complicated. This is what I forgot to finish my point about Andrew Doyle, because he said this woke is unique because it's sort of the underdog. Being in charge.
Yes.
I think that's every authoritarian regime. That is the Bolsheviks, that's the Stasi, and that's the Nazis. The Nazis were the victims because the Jews were stealing all of their money and all of those things. So everybody feels like they're a victim, including Gary Lineker.
Or you use that, I think, you use that to your political aim.
But I bet they felt it as well.
Yes.
We can't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I just think there's a lot of problems in the country and there's a huge amount of inequality. And I think sometimes someone like Farage, for example, can just go and just stop the boats, which I totally, anyone that goes, well, I don't think we should stop the boats. I'm sorry, I think you're insane. Of course, we have to stop the boats, right? Because those are our borders and that's illegal immigration, but you can't just, I went to a wedding recently, sorry, I'm going all over the place. I went to a wedding recently and all anyone spoke to me about was immigration. But this one guy just went, just fucking shoot them. Just fucking shoot them. But I was like, but he meant it. And you go, now where are you getting that from? Where is your humanity gone? And I don't think he was. I don't think that's a rare thing for people to come out and say now. Just fucking kill it. This is what he said.
I've never heard that.
Shoot them. You wouldn't get another boat, would you? But I saw an interview with someone the other day I think it was on LBC, someone calling in, but going, if they fucking drown, they drown. It's like, now there is...
That's mental. But I've never heard anyone, though. So that's it. It's just a difference in who we think, or how prevalent we think those views are.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Whereas I think the concern many on sort of my side of this debate have is that it's actually, on the other side, it's a mainstream view. Say Dawn French, for example.
Yeah.
Did you see her thing? Oh no, they did a thing to you about October 7th.
Yeah.
That's actually quite mainstream and prevalent, I think, more so than a bunch of lunatics saying, just kill them in the channel, like that, which is horrific, So that's why I'm more concerned about that kind of mainstream elitist celebrity. I know those are the sort of the key words that lunatics sound like, that is what I'm concerned about, because it is, that is a view you can express. Obviously, she got absolutely hammered for it because it was to
and rightly so, and she apologised for it, and rightly so, and I mean, it would be awful if Dawn French got cancelled, though. It's Dawn fucking French, man.
I know. Look, but if anyone like apologised and it seems sincere, let's move on.
Well, I wish that was enough. sometimes, that are really honest. I genuinely, I mean, like with the Gary Lineker thing that he eventually got done for, do we honestly think that he is an anti-Semite, whether consciously or unconsciously, and has just hidden it for 25 years, been decided 3 weeks before the end of his contract to go, do you know what? I'm going to put a rat up and point to it and go Jew. Because of course not, right? So it was definitely an accident. He definitely didn't mean to cause offence. And he, I mean, I saw a little video just going, I am so fucking sorry. Well, he didn't say fuck, obviously. It's Gary Lineker.
God forbid he said that.
Yeah, I mean, that was, gone.
But doesn't it point to, not maliciousness from Gary Lineker, but doesn't it point to the fact that it's possible he didn't even spot it at all. But maybe he saw it and wasn't aware that was the kind of propaganda that Goebbels was engaging in which case maybe Gary, who seemed probably a nice guy, quite bright as well, and a very good footballer, maybe this is a reason footballers shouldn't really be, wading into such complex debates. If he doesn't even know that. True, but then you get to the point where you go, well, we can only experts can talk about this. Yeah.
And actually, that's what public discourse is. Let's imagine let's imagine weird phrase. Let's imagine there wasn't an anti-Semitic rat on the post he put out, because that could happen.
Sure.
But why not have a? I mean, I was thinking today, when I first started, Facebook was a cesspool and Twitter was, you had to have sort of, sharp shoulders and, but you could have an argument on Twitter and I could be persuaded by their argument and you go, we agreed to disagree here, but hey, we found a point where we agree on that and let's all move on. I mean, that just doesn't fucking happen anymore. But some public discourse, and for me to have an opinion and go based on this, and for you to turn around and go, well, actually, you're completely ignorant. Here's a fact.
Yeah.
And for me to go, oh, right, I'm sorry about that or whatever. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You should only have experts on, I don't know, the history of Israel that can express an opinion about it.
Of course. So what if it's more Gary can talk about this? Of course he can. I don't want to say he can't talk about it, but here's why his opinion is going to be really simplistic.
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, he presents Match of the Day, so I wouldn't go to him for my international news, or but I guess some people would. But in the same way that some people would go to, Andrew Tate for life advice, so